Hi guys, I'm Zach. Oh, now my voice is gone. Hi guys, I'm Zach from Nerdworks Media.
What the hell?
My hair is doing a thing, and we are at Kyalami today. Yes, the historical racetrack, blah blah blah, etc. etc. Oh, type R. Anyway, yes, today we are here, JP, and all of the race cars again. And what we are doing is we are racing the cars. Who would have thought? So I know JP was having some issues with the car yesterday. Unfortunately, I couldn't be here yesterday, but he has had a fair few upgrades to the car since we were last year.
Hello.
Hello. So I think we're having an earthing issue, but anyway, whilst we're here, roll cage, I'll come back to that maybe a little bit later, but anyway, new bucket seats, and I know he's got like a tablet now that he can see all the temperatures and stuff, although that's not currently installed. And also new brakes. This is going to be a big thing because I know JP was struggling with braking usually, but now he says that the brakes feel absolutely phenomenal. So good news. Anyway, today's going to be a busy day, and I don't actually know how much I'm going to be able to film. Alongside, I don't know where I'm actually even allowed to be filming from. I'm going to apologize like right away because I'm assuming that I'm not going to be able to get many positions again, and I know that that's a complaint that most people have about when I film. I apologize, I can't do much, but I do have this corner, so at very least we'll get this corner, you know, coming up and going around onto the main straight. So yeah, let's go. I'll catch you guys up later. Okay, just did a nut and bolt on JP's car to try and make sure everything is in good condition before he starts getting on track. I'm coming to show you the cool cars on track. He's gonna probably take the car to just top up with fuel quickly, but yeah, we nuts and bolted where we can. I just want to run through it when he's back because he's busy signing in, but let's go watch some cool cars. JP and JP's class are currently all lining up now, although I think some of the bikes are still on track. But yeah, we nuts and bolted the entire car. There were a handful of loose things, but as it is. I also think because today is a slightly bigger event than normal, sorry, I'm trying to speak closer to the camera. Because today's a slightly more bigger day than usual, I think most of the cars that would have been higher level than JP's, most of the cars that are in the other races would be a higher level than JP that he couldn't race against because he would be too slow. I think they're all racing together now, which is slightly intimidating, but I'm going to be honest, JP's been doing very well so far. From what he said yesterday on his practice laps, and then on top of that he's got all their new upgrades, he's been doing actually pretty damn well. So unfortunately keeps having cutout issues, especially like straight after the main straight. So I don't know. We don't know what the issue is, unfortunately. We keep trying to check stuff, but we can't find it. So when he brings it back to the pits, we'll try again. I just thought I'd come film some cars because there's some cool GT3 race car Ferraris going. So okay, I'm sorry, this video is so sporadic. I don't know what video I have, what I haven't said, what I haven't done, I don't know. And I keep going to the same spot to film, so I'm really sorry, but unfortunately there isn't much that I can do here. We nuts and bolted JP's car. We're hoping that it's not going to break up. It was breaking up. I think I did mention this earlier. It was breaking up for some reason. We think it has something to do with well, we thought it was maybe the AFRs because the gauge wasn't working properly, but we actually think that it's just temperature, oil temperature, because everyone else is struggling with that right now. It's very hot today and track temperature is ridiculous right now. And I see now as he left there was a little bit of, I don't know, there's something, they put carpets underneath the car, as you can see. There was a little bit of oil or something there, so when he comes back in I need to check that. But yeah, I don't know, today's been a day. Let's see how it goes. For reference, this is also why I'm not filming in other locations, because it is so busy today that literally anywhere you try stand you're surrounded by like 500 different people. At least right here I'm next to the pits. Okay, so as you guys saw, JP pulled back in. It's because the car was cutting out again. However, we think we know what the issue is. Basically, JP's AFR gauge sits like mine over here. He's got a slightly different one. However, if you look at the back here, you can see that the 3D print is warped. What we think happened is, when it went in for tuning or some of the upgrades or the coolant pipes or something, we don't know, they had the heater on to try, obviously, push heat throughout. And what's happened is, obviously, this sits in one of the air vents, and we think it cooked. We think it cooked the gauge, unfortunately. So the gauge we think is reading wrong AFR levels. Now, unlike my ECU, JP's ECU can actually update the fuel map, and it basically, so if this says 8, the fuel map is like, oh, but my target's 13, so then it will try and modify basically the map so that the car runs at what its target is off the reading on this. But as I said, we think this is corrupted or fucked out or something, I don't know, and it's not reading correctly, which means this is giving wrong readings, which then causes the whole car to start cutting out and not running correctly. So what we've done is we've just zip tied the cables up, we've unplugged it, because now it can no longer make a full circuit, so it just has to rely on the predetermined tuned map that is on the car, which is a good map. It's the predetermined one. Basically what JP was running was to get that finite pin perfect, but it's clearly not working out because it keeps causing a cutout. So we're running just on the normal map for now, the normal tuned map, and we're gonna hope that that solves the issue. Unfortunately though, JP's next race is in like 3 hours, so, or something like that, I don't know, a very long time, so it might be a while longer.